Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at,
Okay.
this one's interesting.
All right.
It's a user talking about their experience with CTIV,
Mm-hmm.
which is this company that helps people apply for permanent residency
Oh, interesting.
in Canada, specifically spousal applications.
Okay, yeah.
So, people who are married
Yeah.
or common law,
Right.
and one of them is sponsoring the other to come to Canada.
Gotcha.
And this user's experience
I can imagine.
was a real roller coaster.
Probably pretty intense.
Yeah, they started out
Yeah.
really frustrated and confused, like,
Right.
just feeling lost in
Yeah.
the whole process.
Oh, for sure.
And then by the end, they were like
Hopefully.
super relieved
Yeah.
and excited. So,
That's good.
yeah, it's a good ending.
Yeah.
But so they said that at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it was a total disaster. They felt lost and confused.
Right.
They had no idea what was going on with their application.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty common feeling for people who are going through this process.
Totally.
It's just like so much paperwork
Oh, yeah.
and like deadlines and rules. And it's all like
Constantly changing.
it feels like a black box.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what is it about these PR spousal applications that makes them so hard? It's a multi-stage process, right? And,
Right.
They're trying to. I mean, the government is trying to make sure that these relationships are legit.
Right.
That you're not just,
Marrying someone.
trying to, like, game the system.
Right, exactly.
So there's a lot of evidence they need.
Right. Like, you have to prove that you're actually
Exactly.
in a real, genuine relationship.
Yeah, like photos and joint bank accounts
Yeah.
and like proof that you've lived together and all this stuff.
Yeah. And it sounds like our user was really struggling with that.
Yeah.
But then they found CTIV, and things really turned around for them.
Oh, good.
They said it was like night and day.
Okay.
What do you think made the difference?
Well, the user mentions that CTIV offered like customized guidance
Right.
and they gave them transparent updates.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like CTIV really knows this process inside and out.
Right.
And they were able to like guide this person through it.
They were like holding their hand.
Yeah,
The
basically.
whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the user specifically said that CTIV felt like a personal guide.
Oh, wow.
So it seems like they weren't just like a faceless company.
Like they really took the time
Yeah,
to understand their situation.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like tailor their support
Yeah.
to what this user needed.
What about like keeping them updated on the process?
Yeah, so the user actually highlighted that. Like
Okay.
one of the best things was how much CTIV communicated with them,
Okay.
Or
like overactive about it.
Yeah, like they weren't just waiting for the user to reach out.
Right.
They were like sending regular emails
Yeah.
and phone calls
Yeah.
and just keeping them in the loop.
So that probably really helped with the stress levels too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because like,
Because when you're dealing with something that's important
right.
and you don't know what's going on, it's like
Exactly.
torture.
Yeah.
One thing that stood out to me
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the user mentioned that CTIV had a super high success rate,
Okay.
and like how reassuring that was.
I can see why that would be reassuring.
Right. But I'm also kind of like,
Yeah.
is that too good to be true?
Right. Like, is it just marketing hype?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a high success rate can definitely be a good sign,
Yeah.
but
You also have to remember that like every case is different.
right. Yeah.
There's no guarantee,
Yeah.
even with the best help.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
So I guess it's important to
yeah.
like not just rely on
Right.
those kind of claims.
But really look into the company
There
and see
is
what their
some-
track record is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the user didn't mention any like specific concerns
Correct.
about CTIV's success rate, but they did talk about how much they appreciated CTIV's expertise in like all the intricacies of these applications.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
these things are complicated. Like I
Uh-huh.
was saying earlier, you have to prove the legitimacy of the relationship, and
Yeah.
that's not always easy. Like
Yeah.
you need detailed documentation
Right.
and like show that you share finances
Yeah.
and that you live together.
Mhm.
And
You're really committed to each other.
yeah, it's like you're putting your whole life
Exactly.
under a microscope.
Yeah.
So it sounds like CTIV really helped the user. Like
Yes.
put together a strong case.
Yeah. It seems like they acted as a strategic advisor, almost.
Yeah. So they were more than just like form fillers.
Right. They were
really
helping them present themselves.
Yeah, in the best possible light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the big question is, did it work?
Right.
Drum roll, please. The user is on their way to Canada.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
They got approved.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. They're living their dream now.
Yeah.
And they're giving all the credit to CTIV.
That's great.
Pretty amazing to see how, like...
Yeah, it's inspiring to see how the right support system can just make such a difference.
Yeah. I mean, this person went from feeling completely overwhelmed and lost.
Right.
To achieving this huge goal.
Yeah.
It's a real transformation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think was the biggest turning point for them?
Well, the user doesn't specifically say, like this one moment, but it seems like hiring CTAV was like the key because from that point on, their anxiety just like went way down.
Right.
And they started feeling more hopeful and excited about the future.
Yeah, it's like CTIV gave them that sense of security and knowing that they were in good hands.
Like they didn't have to carry that burden alone anymore.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, like, beyond just the practical stuff, how much did that emotional support from CTIV actually contribute to their success? Immigration is such a stressful,
it's a huge
life change.
Yeah, and to have someone there to like reassure you
absolutely
and guide you, that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, I think that emotional support probably played a really significant role.
Yeah. So it's something to think about for anyone who's going through this process. Don't underestimate the power of having someone in your corner.
For sure.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Of course.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.